Hey guys, it's Monday morning. I am doing my Instagram pictures real quick before I get ready to go to the office. But I wanted to show you, the prompt was 5 favorite makeup brushes, but I can't do 5, I need to do 6. So I'm going to tell you what they are and why. This is a MAC Oval 6. It is the best brush for pushing and blending in foundations, cream contours, cream blushes. I know a lot of people don't care for this brush, but I think it's because they don't really know how to use it yet. And I'm going to do a how to use this brush video. This brush blends in foundation like I have never had it blended in before. It is amazing. I use it every single day. My MUA angled blush brush. This is like the perfect brush for me to do a contour and a blush because it fits the apples in my cheeks like perfect. The bristles are synthetic, but they are really soft, but they're stiff enough where they'll stipple on a product really well and then blend it out. My Real Techniques buffing brush, you guys know I can't live without this thing. I love this for basically blending in anything. I do use it a lot less since I got this MAC brush, but I still do use it sometimes, especially if I spray my face with Fix Plus and it gets a little shiny. I will put a little bit of like translucent powder on this or something and just push it in, and it's perfect. I love that brush. This is a Close Sense fan brush. This is natural hair. It is a huge fan brush, but what I love about it is it gives you like the perfect soft highlight on your face. It looks huge and it is big, but I mean the product just sits at the top here, and then when you push it on your cheeks, it's like you're being kissed by angels. Love that brush. My favorite face powder brush is this one from Icing, which was $10, and it is the Expert Powder. This thing is huge. This is like perfect for just dusting on powder and pushing it into your skin a little bit. It's not going to blend things out, but it lays powder really evenly, and I really like that. And then my Holy Grail brush that if any of these were lost, I don't know if I would run out and or purchase any of these like right now, right this second, but this one. This is the MAC 217. I have, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 of these suckers. All of them are dirty because they are my perfect blending brush. This brush will blend product out in your crease. It'll lay product on your eyelid. It is just amazing, and they wash beautifully. They hold up. I mean, I probably had the same set of brushes for, gosh, 5-6 years probably, maybe even longer. I'm trying to remember when I got my first 217, and I still have my very first 217 years and years later, and I use these every single day. Well, every day that I do my makeup. One of the prompts in the 30-day planner challenge for July was my stamps, and I really don't do too much stamping in my planners just because I love the look of it. I just don't do it, and I don't really know why, honestly. I think it's because I'm too lazy. But I want to show you how I keep my cling stamps because I know they can sometimes be hard to store. I got this binder at Target in the stamp section. It was, I think, 50% off, so it was like $6. And it comes with some of these inserts. I did buy the expanding pack of these inserts. Now, they're just like plastic sleeves, and you can slip your stamps inside and you can see what they are. Like I have these, which are from Target. Some Heidi Swapp ones. I don't remember what these are. I think these are also Heidi Swapp. Some dates, numbers, some flags. But I do like to use these ones when I do stamp because it gives you a nice background. Some animals from Martha Stewart, which these are actually embossing ones, but I use them mainly as stamps. Some letters, which are also Martha Stewart. Some Heidi Swapp. And then this set that I just got in my July Planner Addict kit. So that's how I store them. It works for me. It's not ideal, but it at least keeps them together. And I don't lose them because I know sometimes you can lose them. Do you guys remember a band from like, I don't know, like 2007, 2006? It was part of this TV show called Rockstar Supernova. The lead singer that ended up winning the competition, his name was Lucas Rossi, and he had this really cool, like, eclectic voice. Awesome. Like, I loved it. Tommy Lee was in the band. I think Jason Newsted was in the band. No, it was Dave Navarro. And they had, like, this competition where they're looking for this lead singer. Toby Rand, who's one of my favorite singers ever, which you He was in a band called Juke Cartel, and he is from Australia. Okay, seriously, camera mount cannot get here fast enough. But anyways, so this morning I was listening to music while I was doing my Instagram pictures and everything, and on my phone, I have a bunch of music on my phone. I have the iPhone 6 Plus, the 128 something gig, I don't know what it is, it's the big one. Anyway, so I have a bunch of music on there. Well, I forgot that I had Rockstar Supernova, so I started playing the song Headspin, which is was one of my favorite songs that I was obsessed with for years. And I just started listening to it again, so I was like, today's gonna be a good day. I'm super excited. I posted on Instagram late last night that I had a gal ask me because she enjoys my vlogs, which is awesome, thank you. Because I enjoy filming them, I think they're so much fun. And I love giving people glimpses into my life. So I love to talk to you guys too. And it's I don't feel like I can talk to you guys as much via Instagram, you know, because that's, if you ever want to talk to me on Instagram, because that's where I'm at all the time. Or I respond to my comments on here. But I posted on Instagram, and I said that I wanted, or she had made the comment that, sorry, I have to do this to keep my camera from flying and turning around, so I'm sorry. But she posted on one of my videos that she loves it when I answer questions on my vlogs because I give an honest, you know, off the cuff type answer. And I thought that, one, that was a really sweet comment, so thank you for commenting on that. But secondly, I'm game. So if you guys want to leave comments below and comments on Instagram, I will take a look at them in the morning before I drive to work, and I'll answer the questions while I'm driving or while I'm vlogging or whatever. But here's the thing, if you ask me a question, I will include a link to your Instagram below, so people can, you know, if you ask a really cool question or something interesting, somebody may be like, hey, you know, that's a really cool question, I'm gonna check this girl out. Maybe they'll go to your Instagram and whatnot. So, I mean, but if you don't want that, just say in your comments, please don't link back to me. And I will respect that. But, you know, if you ask me a question and you participate in my vlogs, you know, I would like to do what I can to either help your channel grow or your Instagram grow. So I did have 2 questions that I saw just from this morning. And the first one was from CandyCE8921 on Instagram. And she said, what do you do for a living? I actually do a lot of things. What actually pays my bills is I am a branch operations manager for a financial firm. And I think my second vlog, I'll find out which vlog it is, I talked about it in depth. So I'll include a link to that video below. But essentially what I do is I help the branch manager keep our branch in compliance. I also help him with some of his client servicing issues. We do have a receptionist that does a lot for us, but I'm basically kind of Stan's right hand chica. If you're frustrated in your job, let me give you a little bit of advice. Don't just quit because you're frustrated. Really, truly take a look at the big picture. Maybe something in your office or wherever you work needs to change. Which, in that case, you have to be very careful because you can't just walk into a room and look at your supervisors and be like, this is going to change, this is going to change, this is going to change to accommodate me. Because you can't really do that. But what you can do is you can look at it from a different point of view. And really look at what is frustrating you and how you can make the situation better. If it is something so far beyond your control that you can't control it, and you know this job's gonna kill you, yeah, then leave. But maybe it's your attitude. I know a lot of people who would rather stay at home and be self-employed and not have to go into an office, so no matter what job they do ever, they're gonna hate it because it's not what they want to do. And I get that. And I think that's kind of where I'm at a little bit, because I mean, I want to be self-employed. And that is, again, kind of hurtful to me too, because I do love my office. So I don't know. I just got to figure this out. But you know, look at your job and decide, you know, if this is something that you want to do forever. If it's not something you want to do forever, figure out what you want to do forever. I'm kind of in that stage where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do forever. Because I'm not a state employee type attitude. You know, Brett works with the government. Great benefits. Awesome. I'm not that kind of person. You know, I've always had this entrepreneur bug and to be self-employed, and I never thought that at 31, I'll be 32 in August, that I would be still employed by somebody. And I think part of it is because Stan pays me really well to be to shut my mouth and come to work. Part 2 of that is I don't really have a lot of support at home to figure out what I want to do in life, because Brett is, like I said, he works for the government. He has a great job. He likes the consistency of that paycheck. I get it. I understand. I don't think he understands how my brain works and what I need to do for me. And I respect that because he thinks differently than I do. That is probably our number one issue, is we are very different people. That would definitely be like the number one thing I would say that is the most troublesome between us, is the fact that we are so different. I have this almost like starving artist type attitude, and he has this government attitude. He can retire in like before he's 50, and or at 50, I can't remember, with his pension, and he's set up. I don't care about that. I just want to be happy. I want to do what I love. If I do something that I love, I'll do it until the day I die. That's what I want to find out. That's what I want to find. I don't want to, how do I want to say this? I just need to find my path. And I'm kind of struggling with that right now. So the second question came from Queen Bunny 496 on Instagram. And I love this question. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's going to be so much fun to answer. But I didn't think about it because I wanted to think about it off the cuff. So it says, if there was no restrictions, what kind of animal would you own? Okay, you guys know I love animals. I grew up on a farm in Michigan. We always had animals. We always had different kinds of animals. If I could have any animal with absolutely no restrictions, I would probably pick an otter, because I love how sweet they can be. At least on video. I've never actually like held an otter. I love how sweet they can be, but I also love how they have a little bit of sass. And I think like I tend to like act like an otter sometimes, if that makes any sense. I love foxes. I would love to have tame foxes. I think that they're beautiful animals. You guys know how much I love foxes. I love pandas and koala bears just because they're so cute. I'm trying to think like the other animals that you can't really own. But number one, like as soon as I think about that question about if there's no restrictions, I would definitely pick an otter, just because they're so cool. Right now, I want to get a oh, I need to get gas. Oopsie daisy. I was talking to you guys and forgot to stop for gas. We can make it to the office. I am wanting to get a goat so bad right now. What I'm going to do with a goat, I have no idea. But I want to get a goat so bad. I can't living in Rio Rancho because I don't have the space. I think it violates like every HOA rule that I have. But yeah, dude, if you could do the speed limit on the interstate while not sticking your hand out of your window to smoke your cigarette, that would be great. Oh, Lord have mercy. But But thank you guys for asking questions. Keep them coming because I do like to answer them. I love getting to know people, and I love, like, because you guys know I have no problem talking. I'm a gabber. Probably need to slow down though, because I have a feeling state police is up here, and they would not appreciate me doing 90 through here in a PT Cruiser. I have such a lead foot, and I get this from my grandmother. My grandmother speeds everywhere. If she's not speeding, she's not driving. But anyways, back to the questions. If you guys have any more questions you want to ask, I will gladly answer them during my vlogs. I would, however, like you guys to answer the questions down below in the comments so I can get to know you guys better. So, what do you do for a living? You don't have to go in like great detail on it because I do respect your guys' privacy. And secondly, if there was no restrictions at all, what animal would you guys own? Because that's like the question like I want to hear about the most. Because you guys know how much I love animals, and I need to get rolling. And I want to hear like what your, no, we don't need to get over that far. So I want to hear like what your guys' animals would be, because I think that is such a cool question. So over the weekend, our friend Cameron went to look at cars with us. And I didn't film while we were looking at cars because, one, I didn't know how Cameron felt about being on video, and because he's such a good guy. But, and I just didn't really want to deal with the camera while we were test driving cars, because test drove a Dodge Challenger, the SRT I think it is, or the RT, I can't remember, the V8, and it was nice. If I'm going to get a Challenger though, have you guys heard of the Hellcats? Holy crap, Batman. 707 horsepower. They give you 2 keys. 1 key for 500 horsepower, 1 key for 700 horsepower. Who in their right mind would ever use that other key? I would just be driving around with 700 horsepower. I would probably, seriously, if I floored it, I'd just sit around. But like if I'm in a light, I would be gone. I would be drag racing like everywhere. I have no self-control when it comes to that. I would kill myself. Okay, come on, dudes. Flicked with tar here. Not cool. Not cool, Batman. But they didn't have any Hellcats obviously because they're special order. But they start out at like 90 grand. So like, holy crap. But they are badass. So we test drove a Challenger. I wasn't as impressed with it. I think that they're cool, but they're just really big for me. So I had said, let's go look at a Mustang GT. Because you guys know I'm a Mustang. So we get to Rich Ford, and there is this yellow GT convertible. Now, you guys know I've had Mustangs before. The Mustangs have changed so much in the last, I think my last Mustang was in 2004. So in 15 years, or 11 years. They've changed so much, and they have like, they are so fancy. They had this Mustang, this GT that I was driving, had like switches where you could change your suspension. I was in heaven. I was driving this convertible and I floored it. Seriously, I would have walked out with that car. But if I get another Mustang, I want to get a white one again. But obviously it'd have to be a convertible because that's what I need. Well, I don't need it, but that's what I want. I want a convertible. So, with all the military bases over here, you just see like all the trucks. But so I test drove this car, and then we went to CarMax real quick, and they had a Camaro SS there. And I never sat when I never really looked at a Camaro, and I looked at it, and it looked like that was pretty nice too. So I don't know what I'm gonna end up with. I think the Jeep is now out of the question because I have no intentions of getting rid of my FJ Cruiser. So I have something to 4x4 in, so I don't really need a Jeep. Because my FJ is my favorite, but you guys know I'm gonna love my FJ. So I'm looking at a sports car, but I want something. I'm gonna still keep my PT Cruiser to drive back and forth to work because I don't want to put unnecessary miles on my new car and my Bruiser Cruiser is paid off. They won't really give me much of a trade-in on it, so my Bruiser Cruiser has more value to me than what they would actually give me. So I will bite the bullet and spend a little bit more every month for car insurance on the new car, which, you know, kind of sucks, but oh my gosh, there's so many like military stuff out today, and they're driving so slow on the road. Those are actually really cool. I would love to get like an old military Jeep. That would be so much fun. Ugh. Oh dude, I'm sorry. I did not mean to like get in your way while you're trying to get over. You must think I'm just like an idiot. Rich Ford, or not Rich Ford, Larry H. Miller. Oh my god, let me tell you why I will never buy a car at Larry H. Miller. Ever. So, we go, and I am looking at buying a car. I'm not looking at financing a car. I want to buy one. I don't want any more car payments. So, obviously, I'm not just going to just run out and just buy a car. Like, I want to do my research. I want to get what we like. Show up, and the guy, the first guy, I forget his name, was actually okay. He brings this punk to do a test drive with us. And he's like, well, I can't let you guys drive the Challenger off the lot. I'm like, okay. So he does half the test drive for us. To the point where I technically didn't even get to test drive the car. So we're in the car, and he answers his phone to someone of his friends, and he's like, hey, homie. I'm like, fucking really? Now, mind you, me and Cameron in the back seat. Brett's test driving it, and this punk is like, you know, talking to his homie. So, Brett really likes the car, and Brett was trying to get more information on it. And I had said to Brett, I still wanted to go look at the Mustang GTs. And he, like, turns to me, and he's like, you know they're really small, right? And I'm like, dude, F you. I'm like, that is my biggest pet peeve ever. Is, like, when I like something, and you start bashing another competitor, or I'm interested in something and you bash another competitor. I don't like that. So the guy already has like 3 strikes against him. 1, he's a little punk. And 2, he answers his phone for a personal call on a test drive. He has 4 actually. He wouldn't even let us fully like test drive the car. And 4, he started bashing a competitor, and I hate that. So we get out, and he's like, are you ready to make a deal? And Brett was like looking at it. I was like, no, we're not ready to make a deal. I said, I told you when I wanted to look, because I never drove one before. And I was like, and I didn't really even get to drive it. So I was already pissed at this guy, right? So then, as soon as I said that, he was like gone. He went and parked the car. And I was like, well, I guess we're not. So I will not buy a car ever at Larry H. Miller on Lomas. Guy at Rich Ford, Michael was his name. I'll include his information below, because if you're in Albuquerque and you're looking for a Ford, go see that guy. Because not only did he take the Mustang that I was just looking at, I flat out told him at the very beginning, I was like, I'm not going to buy one right now. He took it out of the showroom so I could test drive it. Like, was really cool. Let Brett and I drive it off the lot for one, so we got the full test drive. Let me floor it, which totally made my day. He was awesome. I actually, seriously, I felt bad for not buying that car from him, because he was such a good guy. So what I'm thinking about doing, we decided on the Mustang, is I'm thinking about having one built. And if I have one built, I'm going back to that guy, because he was just like the perfect salesman. He did such an amazing job. But it was just a very interesting day. I'm going to do a little quick DIY project for my office. I have this little holder that I got. I don't know, I kind of want to paint it, but whatever. And I'm going to make a little, I have this picture of me and Hank that I love, this Project Life card. So I'm going to actually use the Project Life card to kind of stabilize the picture. washi tape and a glue stick. Okay, take your picture and then just glue it onto your project life card. And I'm going to basically use this gold washi tape as like a frame just to give a little bit more character. I think it'll be super cute. Okay, so use your washi tape to make a frame for your picture, so that way it just gives it a little something, so it's not just a picture glued on the back of the project life card. This is from Target. Actually, it's not that bad quality. It was from their dollar bin, so I'm actually pretty impressed with it. So now what you want to do is you want to trim off all of the washi on the back. Sneak peek to a project that I did for a DIY project that's actually coming up this week. This was a Target like organizer that I painted, put stickers on, and then this is a project that you'll see actually in the vlog. I thought it came out pretty cute. I love it. These file folders are from the Nate Burkus collection for Target. I got this journal at Forever 21, Target, flare pens, Target pencils and pens, and this is also from Target, and the metal basket is from Target.